How'd it feel to be out there today? Finally get some practice going.
Yeah, no, I felt so good. I feel like I missed football so much, and so it's so nice playing with all my brothers again, and just everything we do. It's hard, it's a grind, but it's fun. It's a fun game. It's just a game. So.
What differences do you see the start of this fall camp to last fall?
Yeah, I think last fall camp, honestly, everything was new to us, so everyone was a little shaky, and we didn't really know how Elko ran the program. We all came from different programs. They were under Jimbo Fisher, so everyone was new to how Elko ran it. And now that we really know, we have a full year under Elko's belt, like we're just like, okay, we can do this, we can attack it, and we know how. So.
What do you feel like? What about conditioning-wise? Another year with Tommy Moffitt.
Oh yeah.
How are you feeling now?
No, I feel so good compared to last fall camp. I feel amazing. No cramps, nothing. Like I feel super prepared.
Elko kind of praised you yesterday for some of the physical work you've put in this offseason. What were maybe some of the gains you had in the weight room, or body composition wise?
Yeah, my body fat was like around 10%, and that was last year when I just had transferred in. It was around like 13%. My squat went up by like 30, 40 pounds, around like 450 now. Benching went up, cleaning went up, and like my vertical all went up.
How do you feel like those kind of gains maybe change the way you feel out there on the field?
Yeah, I feel so much better, honestly. Moving around, tackling. Even in the spring, my squat height went up there, and I just felt like tackling was so much easier.
Yeah, when you evaluated your performance last year, I know there was a lot of interceptions, things like that, but did you look at any certain things, say, okay, I've got to get better at this?
Oh, yeah, 100%, 100%. I honestly believe tackling was definitely one of the things. I feel like later in the season, I had let a groin injury and just the fatigue of the season get to me, and I feel like my tackling, I definitely went down. And just production, honestly. I did have the 3 picks, a couple TFLs, but I feel like there were plays that I left on the table that this year, like, I can make. I know I can make them.
Do you think it was a matter of just getting healthy and now all those things will clean up, or were there specific things you worked on?
Yeah, I definitely think getting stronger, like in the legs and the arms, I think that'll easily help with the tackling. And just getting used to the scheme, too, getting used to Mike Elko's scheme, knowing where my role is in that I think it's going to be a lot easier to make plays like that.
Do people back home notice anything different about the
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. My parents are like, wow, we've never seen you like that. That's great. I was just home 2 weeks ago, so they were ecstatic.
How do you feel mentally in year 2 of the system? You mentioned being a little bit more caught up to speed. Just how does that allow you to play faster?
Yeah, definitely. I just feel more confident, honestly. Just getting used to Mike Elko's terms and how he uses things. Coming from a different school, we obviously didn't use the same terms. And Elko always says this is an NFL defense. Like, a lot of colleges don't have the defense we have. And so I personally, and I know some of my teammates, a lot of them feel just so much more confident, feel like we can play faster, communicate with each other better, and we're all speaking the same language now.
What's the mentality of your defense? Do you guys feel like you have something to prove this year?
Oh, for sure. We definitely do. We know it can be a top 5 defense in the country, and so we just have to do it, honestly.
Marcus, what type of test do you think Concepcion is going to put to defensive backs? You playing that position when you see him.
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to do to opponents?
Yeah, he's going to do great things. I'm excited to watch him ball out. All the new guys in the offense ball out. He's fast. He can catch. I don't think there's anything he really can't do.
What's it been like just going against him, and just what do you feel like is the biggest strength of his game?
Like I said, I honestly think he's super fast. He can really catch any 50-50 ball, and his route running is super elite, honestly. So I think it's a great opportunity to get to go against someone like that.
What's his personality like? Does he talk a little trash? Is he quiet? What's his personality?
Yeah, I think all the receivers talk a little trash, but the defense does too, and we all love it. So.
So you guys feel like you have something to prove. At the end of last year, Elko was pretty adamant on how the secondary play needs to be better.
Yeah, 100%.
Being part of that secondary, how do you feel like you guys have kind of taken that message and are starting fall camp?
Yeah, honestly, like I said, last year we were number 1 in the SEC, like pretty much midway through the season, and we were like, okay, this is year 1. We're a bunch of new guys in a new system, and we're number 1 in the SEC playing for an SEC championship. Now that it's year 2, we had that year under our belt. Like, we need to just go do it now. And so our mentality is like, we have to finish everything, we have to attack everything, and we know we can do it because we almost did it last year. And so, yeah.
How did Coach Hemphill, how did that change things, the addition of him, and then also Elko being more involved with the defense? How does that help you guys as a safety group and just overall?
I think it's helped us a lot. Coach Elko's a safety guy, so he like focuses on our group a lot, and he'll tell us little tad bits and tricks and things like stuff like that. Coach Hemphill kind of covers the whole secondary. So he'll bounce around from the corner room, nickel, safety room, and he's been a great person to go to as well.
It's an interesting dynamic when the head coach is also specialized in safeties that
Yeah.
maybe your group's a little more under the microscope.
Yeah, no, definitely. He'll always come by and just if he sees us doing something, he'll tell us like, oh, do this instead of this, or I like how you did that, and it's good. It's good as a safety knowing he prioritizes that.
Bringing back the top 3 guys at the safety room, how much does that help you guys, and what are you expecting just competition-wise among you guys this preseason?
Yeah, I think it sharpens all of us honestly because we all had the choice to go to another school, another big school, hit the portal, but we chose not to. We chose to be here under Mike Elko's defense, and we all know that this fall camp, in the spring, in the summer, like we all have something to prove to be on the field. We can't just expect to be on the field, and so I think it's only made all of us better, honestly.
What have you seen from Miles Davis this offseason and just what you might see him bring to the table this fall?
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw it last year versus McNeese when he had that huge hit. He's been doing stuff like that in practice for a while now, and so I think he's going to be a great safety, and I think that little 4-man rotation we have is going to be a really, really good group.
Okay, Marcus, playing against Marcel Reed, have you seen any improvements as a passer, any strides?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think he's a true dual threat. Honestly, I think he's a threat passing and running. I don't think he's a pure runner or anything like that.
You mentioned it yesterday, but what do you think when people say, hey, he's not a passer, or he needs growth there?
I just think they need to turn on the tape, and if you just watch his film, watch his games, like he's making throws, he's running the ball, he's doing everything a quarterback can do. So.
You mentioned a lot about playing in Elko's defense. What's one word you'd use to describe his defense now that you've been in it for a year?
That's a good question. Probably say complicated. Definitely complicated, but it allows us to play fast, and so I think I appreciate that a lot.
Marcus, have any freshmen stood out for you, whatever position? Is anybody are there a couple that you said, well, these kids are going to make a difference?
Yeah, I think in the safety room, I think Tom Johnson, I think he's doing a great job trying to just learn how we do things at safety. I think he's done really well. I think TK Norman, our receiver, he can definitely make an impact this year for sure. Marco Jones is another name that you guys saw in the spring game, balled out. So I think all of our freshmen are fitting well into the culture and trying to compete.
That position for Marco Jones for a freshman to make an impact, you think he can make an impact?
Oh, for sure, yeah, for sure. If he does his thing in fall camp, yeah, for sure.
How about going against Craver? Just what's it been like playing him and just kind of his skill set?
Yeah, he's a great receiver, honestly. He's super twitchy, and he almost has his own route combinations. Like the way he moves, I haven't seen a receiver move like that. And so, yeah, he's going to be good too. Super good.
A couple more. You mentioned the defense is a complicated one. How do you think guys like Julian Humphrey and Jordan Shaw have adjusted to it?
I think they adjusted well. Everything in our defense is on the safeties, so we're telling everyone what to do. And they've blended right in. They're catching on quick. I haven't really seen many mistakes today.
Elko's mentioned how getting Tyreek Chappelle back is maybe a big thing for this defense. Just what have you seen from him this offseason and now that he's fully healthy again?
Yeah, no, that's a great addition now that he's fully healthy, honestly. I just think that back seven, there's so many threats that we have with the nickel, safety, corner, that it's just going to make all of us better. And so I expect a totally different performance than what we put on last year.